What's up, YouTubers? My name is Caleb, the Big Cat Thrower.
Jason J. Will Williams.
We're coming at you live from Spartanburg, South Carolina, Sparkle City. We got two huge we got two huge Gamecock fans right here. You see me repping it backwards. That's what I'm talking about.
Molly Crew, what's up?
We are this year gonna be giving you a weekly preview of all the Carolina games coming up. Key players, key matchups, what do we think we have to do, or what do we think they have to do to win the game. But since this is our first episode and college football hasn't kicked off yet, we're going to give you a rundown of who we think is going to win each conference, some Heisman hopefuls that we think are going to be good, and a national championship scenarios, and probably a small preview of the Carolina Southern Miss game coming up on ESPN.
On Thursday. Look out for that.
September 2nd. ESPN. If you like what you see, contact us. We'd be more than happy to have a show on your great network. Yeah. But anyway, let's get started.
Oh yeah, Aaron Andrews. I follow you on Twitter.
He follows you on Twitter. So
marry me.
Let's get started.
All right.
First, we're going to pick our winners for the SEC because we're familiar with that conference. And as much as I would love to say that the Gamecocks will win, I just can't do that. So, Jason.
All right. For this year in the SEC, Alabama is going to continue to dominate the SEC. They may slip up and lose a game, but I don't see anything worse than that happening to them. But they will end up winning the conference by dominant running by Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson. And McElroy can just start a Julio Jones whenever he feels like it because he's not going to be doing much to contribute compared to the workhorses of Trenton Richardson and Mark Ingram.
Totally agree. And that's why we're friends, because we agree.
We agree.
I went with Alabama as well. I almost went with Florida, but they have to play at Alabama, so I think that'll be a loss. Brantley's young, hasn't really played that much in significant time, so I think they may struggle early on, maybe lose a game or two that they shouldn't. But Florida will be good, but I'm going to go with Alabama. So we agree on that one. Moving on, should we do the ACC maybe?
Let's do the ACC. In the ACC, to me, it's a conference of no defense. I think that Ryan Williams of Virginia Tech alongside Tyrod Taylor are just two phenomenal athletes that just will not be contained. Ryan Williams is going to run all over anyone he plays. No one is going to stop him. And if they try to bring 8 in the box, 9 in the box, Tyrod Taylor will just run all over you and beat you with his arm. It's just the most dominant force in the ACC, in my opinion. That's why I think them to win it.
No doubt about that. Tech's got some great athletes. Tyrod Taylor, all those guys are good, but I'm going Florida State. I think Christian Ponder could have a good year. I'm going to have him on my Heisman hopeful list. If he stays healthy, I think Florida State has a chance to have a good year. So we disagree on that one, but we're still friends.
All right, we're still friends. All right, now in the Big Ten, this one for me was probably one of the hardest ones I had to pick out of a BCS conference because I was stuck between Ohio State, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They all had key things that stuck out to me. But I'm just going to go with Ohio State because they've been there before and they've just ran the table the past years, I mean, no one has come, along and just dethroned them yet. So I think they're going to continue to truck on and win the Big Ten.
You're completely right. The Big Ten is pretty weak once you get past Wisconsin, Iowa, and Ohio State. But I'm going with Wisconsin. They got an awesome running attack. Later in the year, it gets cold up there. Teams have a hard time adjusting to that. So I like Wisconsin and their running attack, but Ohio State is a great pick. Terrell Pryor is awesome. He'll be on my Heisman hopeful too. But I'm giving away my Heisman hopeful, so I just need to be quiet and we need to move on. So next conference.
All right, now we got the Pac-10, and since USC's uneligible to win it, there goes my pick. Just kidding, Lane Kiffin. I hate you.
I hate you too, Lane.
That is not my pick. My pick is going to be Oregon, even with the departure of LaMichael James, of Masoli. LaMichael James is going to dominate games like he did the whole year last year. He's only going to get better, and I just think that with the new quarterback, all he has to do is just come in and not give the game away. Just put it on LaMichael James' back, and he will bring you a victory.
I agree. Oregon's going to... They're the best team in the conference as long as they can avoid a fight at the beginning of the year. Can we agree on that? As long as their players don't get the urge to punch other players, Oregon's going to win. as we know, USC, they're pretty much banned from anything good anyway right now, which that serves them right because we're the real USC. That's a fact. Anyway,
All right,
I agree. Oregon all the way.
All right, now we got the Big 12 coming up, and everything has been telling me Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma. I've been watching a lot of ESPN, and everyone's high on this Oklahoma train. Until today, I changed my pick because Bo Pelini told me to. He said that their defense is going to be better, even with the loss of Sue, and they should have beat Texas last year. So I'm going with Bo Pelini, and please, Nebraska, win the Big 12 for me.
Funny, Bo Pelini told me something different. Bo Pelini actually told me Oklahoma was going to win. I'm just kidding. He told me Nebraska was going to win, but I didn't listen to him. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. What can I say? I just think they're going to win.
All right. Now we have the Big East, and in my mind, I wanted to say Cincinnati so much because after seeing that quarterback take over with Tony Pike last year with that injury, he was dominant.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say that there's an even more dominant athlete returning in that conference, and it's Deion Lewis in Pittsburgh, and he will run all over everyone in that conference. No, I don't. There's no doubt in my mind that Pittsburgh is going to not win that conference. I think they're going to win it. They are going to dominate.
Yeah, Deion Lewis is a beast. I picked Pitt as well. The only thing I don't like about Pitt is Dave Wanstead. He's got that awkward mustache going on that he really needs to just get rid of. But anyway, jokes aside, Pitt's going to win. They're the best team in the conference.
Now we got the WAC, and I think it's kind of obvious. Boise State's going to win the WAC. They have a blue field, and they have Kellen Moore, so Boise State wins the WAC.
I'm going to go with Boise State as well. I mean, if you have a colored field, it's kind of hard to pick against you. So, Boise State, you're it.
All right, the Mountain West, I think it's another obvious one. TCU's going to win that one. They have a lot of returning players that are just going to come in and just put it to anyone they play.
I'm going with TCU as well.
Conference USA, to me, that's an obvious pick as well. I'm going with Houston. Casey Keenum is just probably, in my eyes, he's probably the best quarterback in the league.
I agree. Houston's going to dominate Conference USA.
The MAC, I'm going to go with Central Michigan because I can't remember the last time that I haven't watched college football and it not been Central Michigan. It seems to me like they win it all the time.
They're in the championship game every year.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with Central Michigan just for that sheer fact that.
Yep, Central Michigan for me as well. Every year, turn on the championship game they're in it, so Central Michigan.
Finally, we got the Sun Belt, and I'm just going to go with Middle Tennessee State because I got my butt handed to me online by a guy that played with Middle Tennessee State, and I played with Louisiana Lafayette, and he beat the crap out of me.
That's a good reason. And I'm going to go with Middle Tennessee State as well, and really, can anybody else name anybody else in that conference? So, anyway, Middle Tennessee State. Since YouTube has a 10-minute video cap, we're going to end it here.
Can you give me a shout out?
But be on the lookout for our other videos, our Heisman hopefuls, along with our national championship matchup. And I'm going to give out a shout out to Allie over there in the corner on the computer. I heart Allie. Me and Allie are getting married next year, so that's happy. But anyway, this is a big cat
Jason J. Will Williams.
coming at you from South Carolina. Be on the lookout for our videos. Peace!
Keep it metal.